from where you sit, this is a positive tinkering, right? Data that we share with social media sites can be used to improve how we use those services. Do you see any hazards in taking data that we share willingly and then sort of applying them to secondary aspects? Maybe it's more germane for a Facebook or something like that that uses it to place ads in front of us when we're on the platform. What are some of the potential downsides of all this data sharing?
I think the downside is when people start to draw specific conclusions about specific individuals. It's one thing to be like, men generally, or men 25 to 35 do X, Y, or Z, and that's a conclusion that, say, a sociologist might be interested in. It's the kind of work that scientists have been doing for a long time, and that websites do. We need to know what men are doing on OkCupid. There's really no reason for us to know what one particular person is doing, and therefore we never look, one particular person is doing on OkCupid, unless there's a complaint from someone, which is pretty rare. But like when you start to really zoom in on the individual, as soon as things get de-aggregated and de-anonymized, it can be very dangerous. And I think that's a big distinction between the kind of work that I'm gesturing at here with this presentation, or that's done by research scientists with internet data. That's one thing, and then there's the kind of like sort of the NSA approach. Nobody at the NSA is sitting there in front of their terminal being like, I wonder what women are up to. They don't care. They're trying to figure out. Am I going to arrest this guy? Who is this guy's friends? Who has he talked to? And those are questions that totally make sense in the midst of a police investigation. But before there's been a crime committed, or there's the direct implications of a crime, it can be very, very dangerous. And it's, that's the old, J. Edgar Hoover thing back in the day. Instead of monitoring someone's social media or hacking their Gmail, whatever, they put someone to follow you, or they tap your phone line. And as we've seen historically, that stuff is, I feel like, more often abused than not. So I think that's where it gets very dangerous.